guys, King Jad here, and welcome to an episode of Saving Scotland in the FIFA 13 Career Mode series. We're going to start off with a league table and our disappointing position of 9th in the table. We absolutely suck! So let's get far into more games and see what Bayern can do to get their title ambitions back on track. Firstly facing off against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Ribery opens to score in 5 minutes before the break as he roulettes past the defender before finishing at near post. An outstanding goal from the ugly Frenchman. Ribery then turns provider as he sets up Schweinsteiger after 53 minutes to score, but De Jong scored a goal back as Mönchengladbach countered very quickly to punish us. Robin scored a 90th minute goal to seal the 3 points and the game ends 3-1. We then focus on the Champions Cup facing Inter Milan, but annoyingly Inter get a penalty kick on the half hour and Tevez sees his effort off the post, hits Neuer and he puts a rebound into the net to put Inter ahead. Bayern huffed and puffed and got their equaliser when Robin smashed home with 10 minutes remaining, and it gets even better as Javi Martinez heads in a corner in the 90th minute to win this tie in the most dramatic of circumstances. Back to league duty, Bayern travel to Hoffenheim hoping to keep that winning run going, and Reese concedes a penalty in the 7th minute which Gomez converts. It seemed a harsh decision, but I'm certainly no complaining. Schweinsteiger then scores a second after 34 minutes, being allowed to run and run and run, so he just fucking levered it into that near post. Cruz makes it 3-0 before half time to end this game already, and Zaha makes it 4-0 after an hour, which sees the camera randomly focus on me, so I'll taunt the Hoffenheim strikers and act. I'm going to act like it's the vindictive son of a bitch I am. Der Diok gets a consolation after EA robbed me of clearing the danger, and that pissed me off. The game ends 4-1 though, and up next is a German Cup game at home to Stuttgart, which I'm not selected for. Bayern dominate this game completely, trouncing Stuttgart 5-0, which saw Mandzukic grab a hat-trick. Before the next game with Hanover, we check the league table and see we're up to 7th in the table, so we need to keep on winning, and the on-form Mandzukic wastes no time at all in putting Bayern ahead, drawing a shot into the far corner after just 3 minutes gone. Gomez heads in after 17 minutes to make it 2-0, and Mandzukic scores yet again 5 minutes before the break. Bayern don't ease up, and a deadly counter saw Miller scores at 50 minutes to make it 4-0, but that's how this game ends. We focus once more on the Champions Cup, and we face Saint Etienne at home, which means I'll have to deal with the threat of Aubameyang. I love saying that bastard's name, it's weird. Anyway, this match was a bit of a defining game in my Bayern career, for the wrong reasons. I've noticed a pattern in which Bayern struggle against front three teams. The group table saw Bayern look comfortable going into this match, but my fears were realised when Aubameyang scored after just 17 minutes gone, abusing that lethal pace of his. That's actually how the game ended for us. It was a poor home defeat against a team we should be beating comfortably. I'm chosen for the next 2 Scotland friendlies against Norway and Bulgaria, but we face Wolfsburg first on league duty. We see a league table before the game, and Bayern are now up to 5th in the table, 5 points behind leaders Schalke with a game in hand. Before the hour mark, Miller opens a scoring for Bayern, and that single goal was a difference maker, putting us right back in the title hunt big time. There's one more league game for Bayern before the international fixtures, but I'm not selected, so I'm sitting on the sidelines as Bayern host Frankfurt and secure a nervy 2-0 victory thanks to a double from Topal, despite Shaqiri's early red card. 3 more points in the bag for Bayern, which puts Bayern top of the table. But it's time to play for a glorious and mighty Scotland, and first of all a match against Norway. Agonisingly, Henriksen opens the scoring with a fucking weak effort which somehow snuck in and off the post, and Norway are ahead. Thankfully, Scotland equalised through McLean's effort. 32 minutes gone, great wee volley into the corner, and then Scotland are awarded a penalty kick after 40 minutes, which Rhodes converts clinically. McLean makes it 3-1 after 52 minutes, and this guy's really impressing me. He seems a real talented player who pops up in the right places at the right time. Annoyingly though, I'm sent off for a seemingly good tackle. A straight red card was my punishment, but the game did indeed end 3-1 to Scotland. Next up was a friendly for World Cup group rivals Bulgaria, and McLean scores after 42 minutes, which results in me taunting the fuck out of the Bulgaria strikers. Kelly scores a nice goal after 63 minutes to double Scotland's advantage, and that is how the game ended, 2-0. So let us focus once more on Bayern Munich, and this match with Freiburg is one which I was benched for. 3 goals in 3 minutes saw Bayern go 2-1 up, and the crucial third from Topal was just enough to secure a 3-2 win for us in the end. We then travelled to Russia to play Spartak Moscow in the Champions Cup and were top of the table by 3 points ahead of Saint Etienne, while Spartak are a point behind the French side. Inter, surprisingly, haven't even won a game yet and look all but out. Even more surprising was Rafael Carioca opened the scoring when Bayern failed to clear their lines. A pretty fortunate goal, but it was a bad start for Bayern and even worse news for Inter. Right before half time though, Mandzukic bullets his header past the keeper to level things up, and then after an hour Gomez puts Bayern ahead with a composed finish. Gomez scores again with less than 10 minutes left, and that's how his game ends, while Inter got a big win at home to Saint Etienne to make the final group games a real cracker to look forward to. But back to the Bundesliga, Bayern host Fortuna, knowing a victory would put them back on top of the table, as Schalke were a point ahead, but having played a game more. Even a draw would put us back on top in goal difference, but we never played to draw, and after half an hour Mandzukic puts Bayern ahead with an odd deflected strike. This was the only goal of the game, so we were able to celebrate being back on top, but we would be tested big time the following week as we visit title challengers Hamburg. Being only 3 points behind us, Hamburg knew a victory could possibly put them on top of the table if Schalke slipped up, but in the end this match saw no goals whatsoever and the bloody thing ended 0-0. So we focused on the final group game of the Champions Cup, away to Inter. As things stood, Saint Etienne were second on 6 points, Inter third on 5 points, and Spartak Moscow fourth on 5 points. Saint Etienne were playing Spartak and Inter knew even a victory might not be enough for them to go through to the last 16. For Bayern Munich it was job done, but we weren't going to ease up on anyone, and that was demonstrated by Cruz, who tucked in his shot very nicely indeed into the corner. Annoyingly though, Dost equalises for Inter as he exploited a gap left by me, and it was all level. And Dost scores again right before half time with a beautiful team goal which I couldn't do anything about. Dost just kept me away from challenging for the ball. Thankfully for us though, Gomez equalised after an hour, and he scored again with 10 minutes remaining to break Inter hearts and send them crashing out of the Champions Cup. The game ends 3-2 to Bayern Munich, and Spartak Moscow joined us in the last 16 as they won 1-0 away to Saint Etienne to clinch second spot, which saw Saint Etienne drop to third and Inter finish fourth, rock bottom. For Bayern Munich though, it was a very comfortable campaign, but now we focus on a huge match at home to Schalke, knowing a win could go a long way to deciding who wins the Bundesliga. Sitting on 36 points each, with several sides nipping at our heels, a win is a must. Sadly though, for me, I concede a penalty kick after 22 minutes when Huntelaar turns me inside out and I'm sent off for the tackle. We find out afterwards though it ends 0-0, so we're still on top, but I'm missing some big games as Dortmund is up next. As I sit in the sidelines, I look on in horror as Perisic scores twice to inflict a punishing defeat on us, which has damaging repercussions in the table as we are knocked off top spot. But we play Erzgebirge. Let me try again. But we play Erzgebirge. We play them first in the German Cup, a lower league side, and Topal opens the score in 22 minutes, and I do my arsehole thing to their strikers. Cruz then makes it 2-0 in 38 minutes, and despite Wiegel's incredible header with 5 minutes left, Bayern secure the win over them. Fuck their name, who cares, we just beat them anyway. The league table shows what that earlier Dortmund defeat done to us, as we dropped to third and Schalke reclaimed top spot once more. It's Christmas, and I can't help but reflect on my time here. I'm genuinely considering a transfer request, even though it's only been half a season, I'm not happy here. But I ignore these doubts for now, and after a brief winter break, we face Fortuna in the league, halfway into the January transfer window. Fortuna opened the score after 24 minutes from Formit Schau, and that is how this game actually ends. We fucking lost! And cause of this, I've lost the plot, and I request a transfer. This is denied, so I submit another transfer request, and while I wait to see if it will be granted, Bayern are playing Freiburg, a game in which Müller opens the scoring in the 14th minute. Miller scores again with over 10 minutes to go, and I do my usual taunting, but I concede a penalty kick when Kruse just appears to fall over. Didn't even fucking tackle him! So they scored a goal back, but it ends 2-1 to Bayern, so yay and all that pish, but what about my transfer request? I still wait and see if I'm allowed to leave, and I'm benched as Bayern host Hamburg in a huge match, which has Bayern open the scoring, and thanks to Blondie, who scores again later on in the game. Ribery adds goal for himself, and Cruz also gets in the act as Bayern record a comprehensive win. Afterwards I'm told no by Bayern, so I submit a third transfer request, and this time it is eventually accepted. I'm listed with just 3 days of a transfer window left. It doesn't take long either for a club to come in for me, but who is it? I can tell you I'm fucking definitely moving, but you're going to need to wait until next time to see who I move to. This has been King Jad. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.